I'm truck driver Sean.
I don't know. This is dick in your ass.
Welcome to
right.
Jackass.
Oh, good lord.
Good times.
All right, so I am here at Monkeyhouse Guitars, aka the Gay Rage of Doom garage for some of you people. This is Pocahontas.
How?
She's pretty. Want to tell people who you are? Explain who you are.
I am Mike Thompson. Run Monkeyhouse Guitars, and there you go.
He knows a lot about himself.
Yes.
Therapy is not working.
Not at all.
He builds guitars. He's built a few. How many would you say you've built so far? They're out in the wild.
20, give or take.
20. So you guys are getting to look at somebody who's
pretty new,
marching right out the gate, right?
Pretty virginal.
So this is a guitar that Mike built for me to demo and try to destroy. It's a very cool guitar. It's kind of I call it a Telly-inspired shape. Has a 26.25 scale length.
666.
Yep. 6 to 6.6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's got lock-in tuners on it. Is that a Graphtec nut?
Graphtec nut.
Graphtec nut.
Yep.
Bird's eye maple neck with a
flame maple.
Flame maple with a
walnut.
Walnut Sarasso's 3-piece neck.
Yep.
Ebony.
Wenge fretboard.
Wenge off. With custom alien stuff. I'll have close-ups of this soon. Has a see-through thingamajiggy on it that will, with a black light, make this thing glow like crazy. We'll show that when I do the playing part. It has a Heathen Jotner in it. Has a, call it hip shot style bridge by Geiger, which actually is quite phenomenal. I'm super impressed. It's the first time I've ever seen one of these in real life, and if I need to, I think it's better than a hip shot.
Yeah.
It's got this extra plate down there,
right.
But the security of it's just great. Has custom. These things will also light up green with a black light, which is not glow in the dark, which I come to find out shows how naive I was. You hit it with a black light, this thing just glows like crazy. It's actually really cool. Custom airbrushed top to look like, I guess, like an aircraft
like
of some sort. Like a UFO?
Yeah.
Ish. Am I forgetting something?
One piece alder body.
There we go. I forgot what the body was.
Yep. It's alder. One piece.
One piece alder body. It's got a good weight to it. Say probably 7.5, 8.
About there. It's hefty. Yeah. Even with the weight reduction in the cavity.
It's got spoke wheel truss rod, which, in my opinion, as y'all know, if you've been watching my stuff, I'll tell you every single guitar on the planet should come with one of these. It's far superior, and literally, it's not much more expensive than a regular one. Tell your builders, stop fucking around and use the right stuff. Pure tone input jack. Again, personal preference. I don't need anybody to try to protect whatever they're using. Every guitar I have has those on them. Again, as with all my guitars, Dunlop Super Pot, custom wiring job by this guy over here. Nickel frets. And this is a epoxy that also activates with the black light.
Reactive.
UV reactive.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably should have removed that. UV reactive. Now, what was I calling it? Glow in the dark or something?
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck you were saying.
Black light nailed. I don't know. But anyway, the guitar is phenomenal. It's meant to look a little distressed. So you look at that on the back of it. It's just lightly done. It's not like a gloss. It's like a semi-gloss, basically sealer, right?
Satiny. Yep.
And it's just a wonderful guitar. I've been sitting here playing it most of the day when I was supposed to be filming, just enjoying playing it. At least I beat the strings in enough so it'll stay in tune. So when I do play, so everything has a purpose. Very cool. Right now you're doing all customs.
Yeah, for the moment. Yep.
For the moment.
Yeah, everything is commissioned right now.
Yeah, all commission based. If you had to put a rough number out there for like a starting point, obviously there's the moon.
Sure.
Depending on what you want to add, but would you say someone got a bare bones guitar from you, roughly what would they be looking at?
Roughly, bare bones, something like, say, along the lines of this, bare bones, nothing crazy, $9.99, under $1,000. I try to keep my prices low.
Holy crap!
But yeah,
I really weren't expecting that.
So, but I mean that's not taking into consideration any custom inlays, anything like that that adds time to it, adds dollars to it.
Yep.
You know,
Time is money.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, getting a bone stock model for literally less than you can buy an LTD, made here in America, in Kansas. I'm not going to tell you the name of this town because for the life of me, I looked at it a dozen times and I couldn't pronounce it to save my ass.
Nobody knows where it is anyways. Doesn't matter.
It's in suburbia.
Yes.
It's a cool neighborhood though.
Middle of nowhere. It's a great neighborhood.
But yeah, cool ass guitar, man. I like it. It's going to get a lot of use. I'm going to take this out on the road, beat the shit out of it, see if I can break it.
That's what I want.
Not going to go out there and just start hitting things with it either, but you know, under normal wear and tear, what will it take for stress? I can tell you just from playing it today, everything on it's locked down solid. Nothing's really moved. The strings stretched, and once they stretched, really, I've barely tuned it since they stretched.
Yeah.
So it's tuning very well. I still can't bet $1,000 for you realize this is
I got a family to feed, man.
Jesus. That's ridiculous. Anybody who buys guitars, can you agree? $1,000 for a made in America.
Handmade. No CNC. All by hand.
Remember that little joke I made about therapy not working? That's ridiculous that you can get this for $1,000. That's crazy.
Send me some business.
All right, lead time.
Lead time right now, pretty short. I typically for a custom consigned build, I'll tell somebody anywhere between 3 and 6 months. It really depends on the complexity of what they're wanting. You know, something really simple. If there's no, like these fretboard inlays, I spent a couple weeks on. It was.
You did it a couple times too, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was take 2 of this fretboard.
And it was worth it. When you guys see this thing light up with the UV light, it's
insane.
It's awesome.
And I kind of feel like with any custom build, you're paying an artist to create something for you. And Sean has been extremely lenient on the lead time on this guitar. I really had no timeline at all. When it's done, it's done. The first take of that fretboard, I don't even think I showed it to you.
No, you did. You said it was chowdered though.
Yeah, it was trash, and I wasn't happy with it, and trashed it and started over and spent like a whole nother month. But with anything that you're paying an artist to create something for you, the more lead time you give them, the better the finished product is going to be. And the way this fretboard turned out, I couldn't have been happier with it.
Neither could I. Especially when you see it light up. It doesn't look awe-inspiring like this. It just looks really interesting. But when that black light hits it, you're like, damn.
Yeah, it just
it's
explodes.
impressive. But just to give you guys an idea, so this is a 6-string, again, because I'm a pain in the ass, I can't play a normal scale like everybody else. So this is 26.25 or 66.6, the demo scale. So that's what this one is, and we just calling this the UFO build.
That's what I've been calling it.
UFO build, and it's really neat, and it's something he could replicate. Which can I tell him how this ended up to be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucked up.
Fucked it up.
And thank God he did, because it's super interesting now, where otherwise it really wouldn't. And again, when we see the black light on it, it's just, if you're on a stage and there's black lights, or even if you're on a stage that doesn't have one, you bring your own. It's
Just
for a live experience, it's unique. Barely nobody else has that, and it's just, I didn't understand what he was talking about until what, an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how well, because if you move it like this and you get it just out of sight, it's almost like it's blinking lights on and off. It's
pretty insane.
I thought it was pretty cool, and as a guitar player, we love our weird shit, especially if nobody else has it.
Yeah.
We really love that.
It's what builders call turning a fuck up into a feature.
Yeah. And I got it. All right, so something else he's done here. It's okay to show these other guys' models?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's a couple builds that he's been commissioned to do. This is his 7-string. Do you have a particular model you call these, or you
I
just?
don't have a model number or model name, period, for that yet. This one is for Drucifer from Redefined, and again, one of the best guys you could ever meet. Just a great guy. Met him one time and was like, I want to build a guitar for this guy. So spent a lot of time talking with him, talking with a couple other guys in his band, getting a feel for him personally. Like what kind of guy is he? What would he like? What guitar would fit him? And this is what I came up with for him. It's a 27.5-inch scale, 7-string, single humbucker, Seymour Duncan in it. Wingate fretboard, the band's logo inlaid on the fretboard. Mahogany neck. I can't remember what the basswood body maybe on that. To kind of reduce the weight. Yeah, I think it was basswood body, and then this really off the wall custom paint job for him on that. Then that was a lot based on input that I got from Jordan, the singer of his band. Just as far as color schemes and what the dude is like, and this is what I came up with for him.
You know what I'm super impressed by?
What's that?
Whenever I know that 4, 5, 6, there's a lot of arguments that it's just a number.
Well,
but
they are
I like seeing on a 7-string neck because it's a little more wide,
right,
a little girthy.
Right.
You got 6 and a stagger.
Yeah.
Going on this.
Yep.
But 5 of them are breached back, and one's anchoring the front. That's actually really smart.
Right. Right.
Usually you see just like one here, and maybe 2
and then
here,
2 back there,
or
right,
one here, and one here, and here, and
right,
that's it.
Right.
Having 6 on there, this is not going anywhere.
Yeah, and just kind of did that to just extra stability. Gave it kind of an odd body shape. You'll notice the top horn sticks way longer to the front than what the bottom horn does. Reason for that being with the longer scale length, the neck is longer, trying to reduce neck dive by putting the anchor point for the strap closer to the center of the neck. So hopefully, and if you watch Drew play live, the guy is all over the place. He does not stand still when he plays, and so that was my thinking, was he's going to need something really stable that stays in place while he's playing. So that was kind of the reason for the weird body shape. Gives him access to all the frets, all the upper register frets, but that upper horn sticking further up the fretboard, eliminating neck dive on it.
And I will say too, for 7 strings, the biggest complaints people have is grip versus finger placement.
Right.
That neck is crazy comfortable. If
Right.
you're a 6-string player and you're thinking about getting into 7-string, this neck right here is fantastic, because really there's not much transition as far as like how much is in your hand. It's thin, but it's not so thin that you feel like you're gonna bend it out of place.
Right. Right.
and it's not so wide that you feel like you need an extra 1.5 inches on your fingers to be able to use.
Right.
It's super, super comfortable, but yet, like all 7 strings, you can call them optical illusion, call it what you want. The strings are spaced perfect, like as if a 6 string is spaced.
Right.
It's just the way it's put together is very, very smart. And if you're gonna play a 7 string, why have one you have to fight or put extra effort into?
Right.
You should be able to, without a year of running back and forth, be able to go from a 6 string to a 7 string, really without any major transition
right.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, there's that argument. You're supposed to play a 7 string different than a 6 string. I don't, because I'm an asshole. And because
this
it
one?
is just this
This
guitar
is
is
my
nuts.
latest one.
This is a headless. It is called the Gundam. It is crazy.
Turn the lights on.
Oh,
for
it
you.
lights up. Ooh, shiny. How much of a pain in the ass was that?
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can tell, well, you probably can't tell because it's bright as shit in here, but it's put together well. Played it earlier. To the guy who ordered this, when it shows up to your house, it's going to be tuned like a real guitar because whatever tuning you wanted it in, I am not a bass player and I played this, so I tuned it so it was acceptable.
So Blouse, Sean has fucked with your tuning.
Sorry, homeboy.
Not on me.
I will take all the abuse I can get from that. Plays great. For a guy who's not built many headless guitars, this is great. And it's not heavy. It's an 8 string that's super light.
Super crazy light.
And it's well balanced. This guy's probably shitting his pants right now.
Right.
Oh,
Don't
my
drop
God!
my guitar!
But yeah. Well, he's got to expect, it's got pointy ends on it. They're never going to stay looking awesome, dude.
Right.
Just let you know. If you want to, if you feel bad about scratching, I can drag it across the floor for you. Do a little sweeping. It's the only sweeping I know how to do. But yeah, it's such a cool guitar, and if anybody knows anything about like the anime and Gundam stuff, this is just so cool.
And it was really fun to build. And Rob, the guy that ordered this, he gave me all the time in the world. He's been such a patient dude. Gave me all the time in the world to not only conceptualize that guitar, but to just bring his vision into something tangible, you know. And it was so much fun building that guitar. As much of a pain in the ass that it was, and between other projects that would be hanging here in the shop, and I'd look at the body hanging there and just be like, God, I've got to build that fucking thing. I've got to do this with it.
I remember before the body was painted.
Yeah.
First time I was here, it was up
when
there.
you were here before. It was just a blank mahogany body hanging up here on the ceiling forever, and it needed its time. The whole project it needed its time, and once it was weird. Like once it started coming to life, everything just moved really fast, and it came about. So
It's a really, really aesthetically neat guitar.
yeah.
And it sounds good now that it's tuned right.
Right.
Nothing against the younger. He can't be a younger cat, right?
I mean, he's younger than me. I'm old.
Yeah, we are fossils, aren't we?
Yeah. Dinosaurs building guitars and playing.
Well. And if you get a guitar, I'm only showing this because I think this is an awesome touch. You get your specs to your guitar and a little message for you. It's not just something that ends up on every guitar. It literally says, Sean, thanks for letting me build for you and for giving me the creative freedom to bring a vision to life. Bring a vision to life. I hope you have as much fun playing it as I did building it. It's an out-of-this-world guitar, for a very down-earthly guy. He doesn't know me very well, but I appreciate the sentiment. But you get something like that that's personalized. I know I'm bringing up other companies, which is probably a shitty thing to do when you sit with another builder, but if Jackson or ESP or anybody sends you something like that, which we know they're not, it'd be nice to have. Not because it's like a golden bar or something. It's personable. It shows all the specs of the guitar. Literally says 1-piece, all the body with epoxy binding, 3-piece flame maple walnut neck, Wenge fretboard, 12-inch radius, 666 scale length, 21 frets.
21. I did that on purpose.
I don't play past the 12th fret usually, so I would have never known. I would have assumed it was 22.
Everybody would.
Spoke wheel truss rod, Heathen Guitars Jotner pickup in the bridge, obviously, because there's no neck. So like the fat guy that eats at the buffet. Pure tone jack, Geico bridge and tuners, custom see-through UFO control cavity. It's just a really, really cool spot. Again, I'll have a close-up of this so people can see it. We'll do some playing on these guitars here in a minute. I'm just going to run through them. I'm not going to really do a lot of talking. You're just going to see me play the 6-string, which is my guitar. You'll see me play the 7-string, which is Drucifer's. Yeah, it says it right on it. Redefined.
Yep.
And then you'll see me make an asshole of myself with the Gundam, because it's 8-string and I am not an 8-string player. I think we've proven that enough. But yeah, so give us a minute, take a little break. We're going to turn the black light on so she can drop her pants for you. And show you how cool it just looks cool. And as a guitar player, anything you can do to a guitar that makes it actually cool, winner chicken dinner. By the way, we are in Kansas and it's 9 million degrees out. So just so you know, we're making this video under protest because I have parts of me sweating that I didn't think had sweat glands.
I have parts sweating that I didn't know I had parts. So
it's gonna smell like bologna and shame in here if we keep this shit up.
a lot of bad decisions.
Get really good at making bad decisions. All right, so I will be right back to jam on some guitars. All right, so to the Batman.